This one thing I remember that I know this is pretty random, but when you were young, I think in Flex magazine, you talked about after workouts, you used to mix up a bowl of, I don't know what it was, like Skittles, Coca-Cola. What was in that? Your post-workout.
I had a refrigerator that made crushed ice. So I would create this. I have this terrible habit of chewing ice, by the way. So, I mean, luckily I haven't lost any teeth yet on it, but I had this crushed ice. So I would actually mix up protein powder and I would put everything in. I have honey. I would put rice in there and I would just stir it all up. And it was like a cereal, almost like a cereal, like a crunchy cereal, but I would put everything. I mean, I would eat candy corn after training. And this is for 2001 Olympia, by the way.
Wow.
Because I was so far ahead. And what people don't realize is 01, I started dieting at 20 weeks out from that contest. I was so amped up because it was the first year I hadn't competed. Since the Olympia 2000, I competed and then I went on tour and I finished that. And I took the whole year because back then the top 10 qualified, but I also placed second to Ronnie on the European tour. So I qualified, but I took the whole year to prepare. So I was so excited to get my prep underway because I felt like I had put on enough mass that I started 20 weeks out and I started on this rotation diet. And this wasn't even under Chris didn't tell me to do this, but he just watched me. And I did like 50 grams of carbs on certain days. And then I bumped up to like 600 grams of carbs. I did like a zigzag diet and I leaned out so fast. By 10 weeks out, I was absolutely ripped at like 260. So Chris is like, listen, you're just going to have to eat all the way up to the show. You're just going to have to take high days, just stay active, keep your training twice a day. And that's what settled me into 2001 and almost winning the show. Yeah. And I remember Chris was like, you have to eat 1,000 carbs. And I just couldn't eat 1,000 carbs of rice. And so he would just say, hey, I don't care what you eat in order to get there, as long as it doesn't contain a lot of fat. Yeah. You can have sugar, whatever, because your body's just going to burn it up anyway. I was 27 at the time. My body was peaking and I would eat everything. I would eat anything after training. I would have 300 grams of carbs from applesauce, honey, candy corn, whatever I could to really make up that carb and that calorie count that I needed to make for the day. So anyone that says the macros, you have to eat X or Y or whatever else, listen, man, if your body's clicking, it's just clicking.
Yeah. So that was the Olympia where you were ahead after the judging.
Yes.
Ronnie, that was the year Ronnie won the Arnold and he was like he almost didn't do the show. He was going to go to the hospital. So he came back, Chad had him drink a gallon of water and he was waterlogged for the judging where you beat him. And then he came back a little tighter, flush some water out.